Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chemical Engineer. In this video, I will be discussing about chapter 1 of chemistry of class 9th, that is matter in our surrounding. So our first topic is what is matter? Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. So matter is classified into five forms according to Indian philosophers, that are earth, air, fire, sky, and water, collectively known as Panch Tattva. But in the modern science, matter are divided based on physical and chemical state. According to the physical state, matter is classified as solid, liquids, gas, plasma, and BEC, that is Bose-Einstein condensate. On the basis of chemical composition, matter is classified as pure and mixture. Pure substances may be elements or compounds, whereas mixture can be homogeneous or heterogeneous mixture. We will be discussing about homogeneous and heterogeneous characteristics in next video. Okay, so we have discussed about matter. So matter is made up of particles. The particles of matter are very tiny and can't be seen with the naked eye. They are very small, even we can't see them using a microscope. The particles of matter have space between them. The particles of matter are continuously moving. The particles of matter attract each other. In order to prove these five statements, we will be doing activity. In order to prove matter is made up of particles, we will do activity 1. So, take some water in a beaker and note its level. Dissolve some salt or sugar in it with the help of glass rod. The salt will dissolve in water, but the level of water does not change. This activity proves that matter is made up of particles. Hence, there is some space between the particles of water. Hence, salt gets dissolved in it. Second activity is to prove the particles of matter are very tiny. To prove this, we will dissolve 2 to 3 gram of crystal of potassium permanganate in 100 ml of water. Now, from the prepared solution of 100 ml, take 10 ml and dissolve it in more 100 ml of water. Again do the same. By doing so, you will observe that the color of the potassium permanganate, that is dark violet, will then turn to the light pink. This shows that particles of matter are very tiny, and on disintegrating it will dissolve, and so this color change can be observed. Third activity is to prove matter have space between them. For this, take some water and note its level. This is the same as we have done for proving that particle is made up of matter. Next is to prove that particles of matter are continuously moving. In order to prove this, take ink, water and a beaker. Take some water in a beaker and put a drop of blue or red ink, and don't stir it or shake it. After some time, you will observe that there is a mixing of blue ink with water due to movement of the particles of water as well as ink. This phenomena is also called as diffusion. Hence, we prove that particles of matter are continuously moving. Fifth activity is to prove that particles of matter attract each other. For this, take an iron nail, piece of chalk, and a rubber band. Now, we will try breaking them by hammering, cutting, and stretching. We will observe that chalk will be easy to break, and rubber band is also easier to break, but it is difficult to break iron nail. Hence, we prove that solids have less particle space and its matter is attracted or bind to each other, while for gases it is having more intermolecular space. So now we will be discussing about states of matter. There are physically three states. We are going to discuss solid, liquid, and gas. We will discuss each of them. First, we will be discussing about solid. So solid have definite space, shape, and a fixed volume. Space between the particle is minimum in solids. That's why solid particles are hard to break. Force of attraction between the particle is maximum, hence they bind each other strongly. They do not move, and so their particle movement is minimum. They are least compressible, means when we try to apply some force, they will not get compressed or they will not compress. Rate of diffusion of solid is least in compared to liquid and gas. Next is of liquid. Liquids have no definite shape, but they have fixed volume. That's why when we pour water into a beaker, it takes the shape of beaker. After, if we put that water in a tub, it takes shape of a tub, but the volume is fixed. Space between the particles of liquid is intermediate or medium. Force of attraction is also medium compared to solid and gas. Movement is also intermediate compared to solid and gas. They are also less compressible compared to gas. Their rate of diffusion is more than solid but less than gas. Next is property of gases. Gases have no definite shape or fixed volume. They occupy the whole space of the container. As we know, air air have no definite shape nor it has fixed volume. Space between the particle is maximum, hence gaseous particles are having more space between them. Their movement is maximum, hence gas gas particle moves rapidly and fastly. They are compressible, hence it is easy to compress gas. Their rate of diffusion is more than solids and liquids. This is a simple example. Here we can see that in gaseous molecules are far away and most of the space in a container is empty. But in a liquid, the particles or matters are bind together and try to occupy the whole space of the container. And in the solid, there is no intermolecular space. Hence, solids are having more or the most attractive force compared to liquid or gas. Next topic is change of state, that is changing of solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or vice versa. So, in order to change the state of matter, we have to heat it or cool it. So, if we heat solid, it will be converted to liquid. When liquid is heated, it converts to gas. On the same note, gas converts to liquid on cooling. Similarly, liquids convert to solids by cooling. For example, ice. If ice is heated, it changes into water. If water is heated, it changes into steam or the gaseous form of water. Similarly, steam is cooled, it changes into water. More if water is cooled, it changes into ice. Okay, so here are some terms like melting and boiling. We will be discussing them now. So first is melting. When a solid is heated, the particles begin to vibrate of the solids. Due to vibration, some space is created and the solid turns into liquid. This formation of liquid is known as melting. Process of melting is also called as fusion. Temperature at which solid melts or solid converts to liquid is known as melting point. Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Next is latent heat of fusion, that is amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of solid into liquid at atmospheric pressure and at its melting point. Unit of latent heat of fusion is joule per kg, that is energy required divided by mass of solid, that is latent heat of fusion. This is the example of the same. Next term is boiling. So when liquid is heated, same process occur, that is vibration of particles. Hence, on vibration, intermolecular space increases and so liquid converts to gas. This process is known as boiling. Temperature of boiling, the temperature at which liquid starts boiling is known as boiling point. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 273 plus 100, that is 373 Kelvin. For liquids, similar term to latent heat of fusion, we have latent heat of vaporization, that is amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of liquid to gas at atmospheric pressure and its boiling point. This is known as latent heat of vaporization. This is the example of same, heating the liquid and temperature is rising. This shows the same, that is when there is cool or cold temperature, particles tend to move less and bind together strongly. But on heating, they get more vibration and space is formed between them. Similar case to the liquids. Third is sublimation. This is the rare phenomena but most common phenomena actually observed. That is change of solid to gas directly without solid, liquid and gas. This is the direct conversion of solid to directly to the gas. This phenomena is known as sublimation. Example are camphor, that is kapoor. We know that camphor in Hindi is known as kapoor. Another example is ammonium chloride. When we keep ammonium chloride or camphor in an open atmosphere, it directly gets converted into gas at some heat. Next is effect of pressure on gases. So already we have seen LPG cylinders, that is liquefied petroleum gas. So if we apply pressure to the gas, that is we apply the compression force on the particles or the gas. So on compressing or applying pressure, gas particles come closer and so gas changes into liquid. Hence we can say that we can liquefy gases by applying pressure or by reducing temperature. Note that only at specified temperature applying pressure can change gas into liquid. For example, solid carbon dioxide, that is also called as dry ice. So this is the diagram for the same. Please draw this diagram. Here, solid conversion to liquid is known as fusion. Liquid conversion to gas is known as vaporization. And gas conversion to the solid is known as sublimation. Solid conversion to directly to the gas is also known as sublimation. Gas conversion to liquid is known as condensation. And liquid conversion to solid is known as solidification. Next topic is evaporation, that is change of liquid into vapor at any temperature below its boiling point. I have already uploaded one video regarding difference between evaporation and boiling. Kindly go through the link given in description. Evaporation is a surface phenomena. Factors that affect evaporation. You can go through my new video or a video that I have already uploaded to see the factors affecting evaporation. I have given the link in description. I am not going to discuss this as I have already uploaded one video. Okay, so this is all about chapter 1 of class 9th chemical engineering or chemistry. Thank you for watching.